Welcome to Kidmissing TV. I am your host, Angelina Wilson, and this is the case of the Cordell, or Crisp County, Georgia, John Doe. He was between the ages of 18 and 26 years old. He was found on April 16, 1975. He was partially skeletonized. He was a white male, approximately 5'4" to 5'6", so relatively short, although if he was on the lower end of that age, he was still growing. Males grow until they're 21. Females only grow until they're 16. That's why they're able to be taller than us. 115 to 140 pounds. He had light blonde to medium reddish brown hair. Okay. I guess that means it was dyed. I don't know. He was born without teeth numbers 7 and 10 and had a bridge which was held on by his cuspids. In other words, there were little wires that went over them to replace those teeth. All 4 of his molars were impacted. They have his mitochondrial DNA. He was located in a wooded area near what they're calling the Coney Grove section of Crisp County, 1.8 miles west of Coney Road, 0.4 miles off the county-maintained road in Crisp County, Georgia, like I said. Okay, this is what they managed to find. They didn't find any trauma on the body. He was out in the woods. Okay. They found his skull, his mandible, which is this part. Your mandible is your lower jaw. It's the hinged jaw that goes. And the maxilla is the fixed jaw that's part of your skull. A right femur, a right humerus. I think everybody knows the femur is the thigh bone. It's the largest bone in the body. The humerus is the upper arm bone from shoulder to elbow. A portion of the left humerus, a portion of the right radius and ulna, and a portion of the left radius and ulna. The radius and ulna are these 2 bones on either side of the lower arm between the elbow and the wrist. Portions of one tibia. Tibia is one of the 2 bones in the lower leg. It's the front bone here, I believe, the shin bone. Then the other bone's the fibula. The sternum. The manubrium, which I had to look up. That's that top part of the sternum in here. Because the sternum is the breastbone. A right clavicle, numerous ribs, a portion of one fibula, and some vertebrae. Fibula, again, is going to be leg bone. Clavicle is this bone, the collarbone. Vertebrae are obviously the spine bones. No carpals, metacarpals, or phalanges. So basically no hands. No finger bones, no hand bones. Because carpals would be wrist bones, metacarpals are finger bones, and phalanges are this part of the finger bones. So, and they say nothing about tarsals and metatarsals. Tarsals are toes, and metatarsals are like foot and ankle bones. So they didn't find those either. Would be my guess. If you'll excuse me. I'm back, guys. I'm so sorry. I had to take my bread out of the oven. As I was saying, what bones they found. Almost sounds like there was animal activity. Now keep in mind the human body doesn't stay together. The skeleton doesn't stay hooked together after death because the things that connect the skeleton together, the connective tissue, decomposes. Now, there are a few possibilities in this case. There is someone, I can't find the name of this person, but there are a lot of similarities. He was believed to have been heading from Ohio to Florida when he vanished. The person that they think might be him, it might have been nice if they'd have, I don't know, given a name. Anyway, yeah, so it's the two front teeth that were congenitally missing. That's so weird. There's a man that disappeared from Toronto. Connor James Brian Sheenan, Christopher Martin King, Angelo Nicola Gaddy Jr., the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, is investigating the case along with the Crisp County coroner. He was found near a lake. That's interesting. Now they're saying 21 to 26 years old. Okay. One of the county coroner said, quote, "We tried to look at all possibilities and tie it any way that we could, but even at this late time, we've never been able to tie anything on it," he said. The GBI did a facial reconstruction of this person, and we've had a couple of inquiries. One even went as far as a DNA sample, which ruled out it was that person. It was the person they were looking for. Basically, the only way I guess we could tie it to anything at this point would be DNA, actual proof, end quote. And he said, quote, "I've always hoped before I go into my great demise, I'll be able to solve it." But the older I get, the less chance there is at that. Most everything we've solved, and this is the only unidentified one. They're at an Atlanta lab. If you have any information on this case, you can call Chief Medical Examiner Rainey at 229-273-7169. That's 229-273-7169. Or the Georgia Bureau of Investigation at 404-244-2600. That's 404-244-2600. There's another number for the coroner's office as well, 229-273-2231. That's 229-273-2231. I think he's right about the DNA. Maybe they need to send it to Orthram or the DNA Doe Project, or there's another one, and I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but yeah. So, God bless you, and I certainly pray that, and it would be helpful if they could exhume him and get more than just mitochondrial. For those of you who don't know, mitochondrial DNA is passed mother to child, unchanged. And Y-DNA is passed father to son, unchanged, given that females don't have a Y chromosome. Males, however, have an X and a Y. Well, we have two X's. So we can't have Y DNA because we don't have a Y chromosome. So yeah, it's oh, why did I put that away? I need that for the information for the poster. Duh. Anyway. So yeah. Not good. So I hope that, meaning the case, I hope that, like I said, that they'll, actually they don't have to exhume him, he's in a lab. That they'll try and get, a full nuclear DNA sample to be able to have a better chance at identifying him. And I feel for the family who thought that they might have finally had an answer, only to have their hopes dashed again. So, I like to believe his family's out there looking for him. We don't know what his cause of death was. We don't know if he was murdered, if he was hiking and died, if, gosh forbid, he ended himself. We just don't know. Being laid out by the lake like that, I think that someone probably stole his life. Have to be very careful. And that's very sad. I mean, it would be very sad if he chose to do that, but thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you Monday.